Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, where I'll be giving you 3 of my best tips for tomorrow's racing. Now before we get stuck into that, I quickly just want to apologise for not making a video on today's racing. I just unfortunately didn't have the time to do it last night, so apologies for that. But to make sure you don't miss out on any of my videos in the future, just hit the subscribe button down below, and it means every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification saying that there's a new video here on my YouTube channel. So make sure you do it if you haven't done so already. And if you're liking these videos as well, please remember to hit the thumbs up button. But enough of that, let's get into the tips for tomorrow. Now I've got 3 tips for tomorrow, and I didn't really fancy anything at a big price. So there's going to be no long shot tomorrow. There's going to be a nap, a next best, and an extra tip, and that's actually where we're going to be starting tomorrow with an extra tip. There's a good card at Kempton tomorrow, considering it's a Monday. Some nice races there, and we're going to be starting, like I said, with my extra tip to kick things off with in the 248, the Tom's Network Handicap Hurdle. And I thought the Cashel man had strong claims here. You can currently back him at 9-2 at the time of recording. That's the best price available just after 6 o'clock. Now this horse is trained by Nicky Henderson, and his stable jockey Nico de Boinville is booked for the ride. Now Nicky Henderson's horses are just starting to come to the fore now. I think they've had a great day at Sandown today. I believe they had a treble there with the likes of Pim. They had a nice bump horse. And also as well the Mr. Coffee, who was a good thing in the handicap today. They had a lot of nice horses running, and I just think this is the time of year where they're just going to start going through the gears, and you want to be following their horses. Now this horse, the Cashel man, definitely has a bit of class about him, and last time we saw him, actually, he was disappointing on his chase debut at Chepstow. He never really got into it, but to be fair to him, I don't think he was ever really going to make a chaser, and a bit of an odd move in my opinion to why Nicky Henderson tried him over fences. Maybe he was doing okay at home on the gallops and they thought they'd give it a shot, but I think going back over hurdles tomorrow, this is going to be more his cup of tea, because over hurdles he definitely has shown a good level of ability. He won a handicap at the Ladbrokes Trophy meeting at Newbury towards the end of last November, so has always shown a good level of form over hurdles, and he absolutely destroyed the field that day. I was actually there. I think he won by about 10 lengths, and then after that he showed some good form to finish second in the shallow hurdle behind Time Hill, you know, so he's got some really good form over hurdles. And after all his efforts last season, he came away with a mark of 147. Now I definitely think that is still a workable mark, and he still might have a few pounds up his sleeves, but the key to him really is good ground, and I think he doesn't quite see out 3 miles, and the drop back down in distance tomorrow to 2 miles and 5 furlongs, I think that's really going to be his cup of tea. He's a horse that likes to be handy, not a horse that necessarily will make the run in, but he just likes to get a lead and be in the box seat, as they like to call it. You know, he just likes to track the pace, and I think he's got a really good chance in this race tomorrow. There's not a lot of horses in here that I would be worried about for him. The favourite at the moment is Kim Bailey's You Never Call, who, to be fair to him, does have some good back form, but I don't think we saw him last season, and that would be a major concern for me, even though Kim Bailey's horses have been running well. But away from the rest of the field, I thought a lot of these horses, they were quite exposed. There might be 1 or 2 that could be unworkable handicap marks, but I thought the Cashel man was a bit of class in this race, and I think that's what it might take to win it. And also as well, if you go back through some of the Cashel man's flat form, he's got some good flat form in the book. He ran in some decent handicaps on the flat. I think he finished, it might have been 4th place at Glorious Goodwood a couple of years ago, you know, so he's definitely got some decent form in the bag. Henderson likes to do well at this track as well. There's just a lot of ticks for this one tomorrow, and like I said, I think he's got a few pounds to play with off his mark of 147, so taking that all into the balance tomorrow, I think he's got solid credentials. And at 9-2, I think you go slightly shorter tomorrow. I could see him going off maybe 10-3, 3-1 favourite come post time. So that's going to be our first selection to kick things off. We then go to Carlisle up to the north with my only selection of the day there, and it's actually going to be My Nap, which runs in the 3:30 with a horse called Mymilan for Ryan Mania and Sandy Thompson. Now Sandy Thompson, when his horses are in form, they kind of get on a little bit of a roll. They're operating at 28% strike rate at the moment. They've had 5 winners in the last fortnight, and a couple of them came at Kelso on Saturday. Now, if we look at this horse, Mymilan, he looks like the kind of typical Sandy Thompson horse that could just keep on improving. Now, he's quite lightly raced. He's only a 7-year-old, and last season he definitely showed quite a bit of promise. Now, last season he really did need his comeback run, and after that comeback run, he went on to win on his next start, which actually came at Carlisle in testing ground. Now, that day, that was over 2 miles, which was probably a bit on the short side for this horse. I'd say his optimum trip is 2.5. He has ran at the likes of Kelso before when he was going great guns, but just got reeled in over 3 miles, so he probably doesn't quite stay 2 miles, 3 miles, sorry, but 2 miles is on the short side for him, so 2.5 looks ideal. He had a comeback at Hexham a few weeks ago, definitely put a line through that. Like I said, last season he definitely showed that he needed his comeback run, and I think sometimes Sandys can need a run as well, so that's not really a major concern for me. He's off a mark of 97, which I still think is fairly workable, going to be getting plenty of weight from his rivals tomorrow, and again, like the Cashel man, he's a horse that likes to be handy. He can make the run in as well, so that wouldn't be a negative for me tomorrow. I think Carlisle can often suit front runners, and if he can get into a good rhythm of jumping up there, the pace, he might just be able to expose a few of his rivals tomorrow with the jump in the jumping department, and I just think there's a good chance about this horse tomorrow. I really like his chances, and again, with that low racing weight, I think he's got an outstanding chance in this race tomorrow, and if the money comes for him, I could see him going off a lot shorter price. So Mymilan tomorrow is going to be my nap. He runs in 3:30 at Carlisle, and I'm really sweet on his chances. We then go to the 3:53, the final race at Kempton, with a horse called Peckinpah, currently back at 7-2 for Max Brown, riding for Alan King. Now, Max Brown is going to be aiming to take off £10 this horse is back tomorrow, and that's always a really valuable asset, or an angle I always like in these races, because it just can sometimes help the horse so much. Now, this horse has shown quite a fair level of ability on the flat, ran in some decent races, ran a credible race last time, probably on ground that wouldn't have suited him. It was heavy ground at Newbury, but he ran a respectable race to finish in 4th place. However, going on a quicker surface tomorrow is going to be absolutely fine in my books, and last season he showed some ability over hurdles, and he has now got a mark of 111, which I think is fairly workable. But if you take that £10 into the bargain tomorrow, he's going to be in essence running off a mark of 101, so that looks a fair workable mark in my opinion tomorrow. And Alan King, again, like some of the trainers I just mentioned, is just starting to come into a good bit of form now. They had a great day on Saturday with Alan King taking home the elite hurdle with So Royale. They had a winner, or a couple of winners, I think. Aintree is also as well. Potterman ran a blinder for him as well in the Badger Rails chase. So yeah, their horses are really coming to the fore at the moment. Again, we normally associate his horses going well, especially jump horses going on good ground. There's just a lot to like about this horse's chances tomorrow, still improving, and I just think with that £10 it's going to really help him tomorrow. And Max Brown as well could be a name to watch out for in the future. So Peckinpah is going to be my next best of the day tomorrow, and I'm really again quite keen on his chances, so that's why he's going to be my next best. So I'll quickly just recap through the 3 tips there. In the 2:48 at Kempton, we go the Cashel man, 9-2 win only bet. The nap of the day runs in the 3:30 at Carlisle with Mymilan, 5-1 win only bet, and then the the next best of the day goes in the 3:53 at Kempton, and Peckinpah, you can currently back him at 7-2. So they're the 3 tips for tomorrow's racing. If you haven't done so already, like I said earlier, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're enjoying these videos. Also as well, please remember to give us a thumbs up. I appreciate all your support. If you want to follow me on social media, the best place to do so is on Twitter, where my handle is at LuckyLoader15. And if you want to find out a little bit more about myself, my website is www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.